session this afternoon. I'm going to read out this very interesting bio as to give you a little bit of context as to who these lovely ladies are. So first of all, we've got Kate Lee and we've got Alycia Bottomley. So Kate's on the right and Alicia's on the left. Is that right, ladies? I'm sure I'm not forgetting. So these ladies are the advisors, community engagement for the Water Corporation. Now, the overview for the Water Corporation, for those of you who don't know, I've got right here. Every year, Water Corporation carries out hundreds of projects across WA to maintain future-proof of 2,545 kilometres of drains and over 51,000 kilometres of water and wastewater mains, not to mention 486 pump stations, 112 wastewater treatment plants, and 123 dams. This means it is inevitable that we'll be popping up in the street near you. We know that our work can be disruptive, so it is important for us to activate public spaces around our works. This wouldn't be possible without the invaluable help from town teams all over the state. This interactive session will dive into some incredible activation examples where we've partnered with town teams in the past. Then it's your turn to make a splash. We want to hear your fresh ideas on how we can collaborate to create positive outcomes for your community. We know you will take this like a duck to water. Oh, brilliant, ladies. Now, I'm going to introduce Alycia and Kate. Alicia's passion is for helping people, and a commitment to provide meaningful and positive relationships has come to life in her role as a community engagement advisor at the Water Corporation. A BCom grad in commerce, majoring in marketing and advertising and working in various customer experience roles, she is now working on pipes renewal projects across the Perth metropolitan. This fun-loving pocket rocket loves the technicalities when working on civil construction projects, but what fuels her ambition and motivation are the positive impacts she can make on those around her. And then we have Kate. Kate Lee is a community engagement advisor working on pipes for Perth projects. It almost sounds like a tongue twister, hey? Pipe for Perth projects. After completing a communications degree from Curtin University in 2007, it took 12 years for Kate to find her calling in community engagement. Her background in supporting oil and gas projects, stakeholder management, and business improvement, as well as long gaps for travel around Australia and the world, have brought a unique array of skills and experience to her approach to community engagement. Kate enjoys the challenges that working on major construction projects brings and the opportunity to make a difference in the community. She also enjoys nachos. It's a very important point there, ladies and gentlemen. Have you got your notebooks? Or are you writing that down? So thank you for joining us, ladies. I'm gonna put myself on mute now and over to you. But in the meantime, just last little reminder for everybody. Again, you're welcome to jump in and out of these rooms. Everything will be recorded. If you have any questions or any comments, jump in the chat box. Myself and my technician here, Kate. We're going to be dropping in links and things as we go. And again, we'll finish this in 30 minutes, and then again we'll go back into those break rooms if you have any further questions. So that's it from me. Over to you, ladies.
Thanks, Reese. Oh, can you hear us? For the comprehensive introduction, that was amazing. Just going to share our screen now so that we can start the presentation. So bear with us a moment. All right, well, first of all, good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining and welcome to Making Waves, collaborating to create a ripple effect. So we all have a common interest, and that is to help build the places we live and work in and to help make it a better space for those who are impacted by our work. So by diving into some incredible activation examples where we've collaborated with town teams and other partnerships in the past, we're hoping to inspire new ideas for future projects.
So throughout the presentation, we've credited collaborators where we can. As some of the ideas weren't solely ours, we've just tried to support them where we could, big or small. So we just wanted to highlight that with collaborations, we can achieve really great things. So also, as you can see from the intro and the title of our presentation, we really enjoy a water-related pun, and there'll be several more flowing through the presentation as we go. Puns aside, creating a ripple effect is exactly what we're trying to do.
So I guess a little bit about ourselves that Reece has already kind of introduced. Who are we? I am Alycia. As you can see in the right of this screen, I'm the vertically challenged individual there. So I'm obviously a community engagement advisor working on the Park Renewal project, as you know. So a bit of a background about myself is I originally came from working at a non-for-profit Aboriginal organisation helping to service the traditional owners of the land and alleviate poverty. From this job role, I started working in the contact centre at Water Corporation and other parts of this business as well, where we were really the forefront of the organisation, and our main focus was really to assist and to ensure our customers were delivering amazing customer service experiences practically. So now that I'm working in community engagement and working on projects that impact the community, what I really love about my role is doing what's best for the community and the customers, whilst also supporting our business initiatives, really. Kate, to introduce yourself.
So hi, I'm Kate. I'm not standing on a box in that picture. I am quite tall. So I'm a community engagement advisor as well. So I work on parts of Perth programs, but I also do drainage and bridges upgrades as well, which is kind of regional based too, which I really enjoy. So I'm originally from the northwest of WA, but I've been in Perth now for the last 14 years or so. My professional background, as Reece said, is in oil and gas. I also worked for a federally funded training organisation that trained doctors to become GPs, which was really interesting. So I've worked in an array of areas, including productivity, business improvement, education and stakeholder management. So I love my role in community engagement. I love the challenge of working on large projects, but I also enjoy being the advocate for the customer. So being able to find really positive outcomes for everyone involved. So we're going to give a bit of a background into what Pipes to Perth is by showing a little video. So bear with us. It does have.
If you've been thinking, gee, there's a lot of waterworks going on, you'd be right. It's what we need to do to ensure a reliable water supply for our future. After all, these water pipes were laid in the 1800s, back when the main mode of transport was a horse and cart. So it's essential we retire them. And that means we need to do some necessary digging beneath some of Perth's most established suburbs. You may have noticed our fencing around sites in Perth or Fremantle. Behind the scenes, our team and our contractors are working hard to get new pipes in the ground and connected to the network. That way, we can all continue enjoying fresh, clean drinking water. Replacing ageing water pipes reduces the likelihood of bursts and ensures a reliable water supply well into Perth's future. But we do know the work is disruptive. This is why we are doing everything we can to reduce the impact on the community, from extensive preparation and consultation with local government, businesses and residents, to using cutting-edge technology to disturb less ground. So, despite detour here or limited access there, please continue to shop local. Rest assured, it'll all be worth it in the end.
All right, so that was a bit of an overview of obviously what we do, but renewing water mains is not all we do here at the Water Corporation. Every year we do carry out hundreds of projects across WA to maintain and future-proof around 2,545 kilometres of drains, about 51,500 kilometres of mains and wastewater mains as well, 486 pump stations, 112 wastewater treatment plants, and about 123 dams. So as you can see, really this means it's inevitable that work we do will impact you and the community.
So although we're delivering an essential service to our customers, we know that our work can be disruptive. So construction work can cause dust, noise, vibrations, road closures and traffic detours, fencing and obstructing access, water supply interruptions and discoloured water. So it's important for us to find creative ways to give back to those who have been impacted and also to activate the public spaces where our work is taking place.
So I'd like to first introduce you to Pipes for Fremantle. So this project is in the heart of Fremantle CBD. Some of these pipes are over 100 years old and located along popular streets and in close proximity to some major landmarks such as the Roundhouse. So with a total of just under 10 months of construction work, the project is split into 2 stages. So stage 1, which was winter 2019, and we replaced about 1 kilometre of water mains there. And stage 2, which is winter 2020, which is currently underway, and we're replacing around 2.1 kilometres of water mains at the moment.
So as you'll all be aware, Fremantle is a tourist mecca. It has heritage-listed infrastructure, organisations such as the University of Notre Dame, the Fremantle Arts Centre, Fremantle Prison, markets, cafes, hotels, bars, retail businesses and residential properties. So early engagement with Fremantle stakeholders highlighted several challenges, and we were determined to support the community where we could during the work. So because Pipes to Fremantle project was extended over 2 years, and is so impactful, we have supported quite a few initiatives to help support the businesses and the community. So we're going to run through a couple of those today.
So to first introduce you to an example of how we can help support Activate a Space, which is inclusive of our construction work, we'll play a short video to run you through the Fremantle Adventure Trail, which is what Kate will get up right now for you. So starting off at the Fremantle Town Hall, where the Visitor Centre is located, Water Corporation supported the City of Fremantle's Build Your Own Toy Adventure Trail. This was to encourage families over the July school holidays to go on an adventure through Fremantle's historic West End. This self-guided treasure hunt saw families entering each shop to collect a stamp, as you can see in the video there. The adventure continues to the next pit stop, where you'd find your local Lego head welcoming you at the shop front. The graphic design of the map, instructions and entry form were designed by Water Corporation's marketing team. The trail promotes adventurers to enter into some great stores in Fremantle, as you can see. Lego was supplied by Toy World in Fremantle as part of the free activity, and the completed form was dropped into a barrel at Toy World. Posters were displayed to encourage and welcome families to participate, which is on shop fronts. As you can see there, the trail really exposes adventurers to our construction sites, where you'll be walking across impacted roads, along visible fencing areas where communities can really take a peek at our construction work, our construction workers, machinery, trucks and excavated areas. So the trail was so successful that the initial stock was sold out in the first 45 minutes. Additional stock was then sourced and sold out in the 4 days of the anticipated 2-week period. So it was a great success. Fencing has information, as you can see there, about local businesses and organisations, about the project, who our contractors were, DM Civil, what stage of the project we were at, and many other Water Corporation banners scrolled across the fencing there. So a nice lunch after a good walk is always a satisfying ending. This community-involved activation encourages visitors to shop, eat, explore, get out into some sunshine and help create some business. Adventurers were encouraged to snap a photo with their Lego and upload it to Instagram, #FreoAdventureTrail, check it out, to get a chance to win one of 7 prizes. 3 of the prizes including a $300 voucher, a $200 voucher and a $100 voucher. So additional events were also held in association with this trail, including a live building demonstration with Fremantle's own Lego Masters, which is very exciting. And activation of this space was actually a big success and really skyrocketed participants to come and enjoy what Fremantle really has to offer. So it's a good one by Fremantle, City of Fremantle.
Definitely. So another way that we've been supporting Fremantle businesses is through the High Views on High Street digital campaign. So local businesses on High Street came to us with the idea, let me just get back on track. Okay, with the idea of doing a photo shoot using construction workers from DM Civil, who are our contractor, and Water Corporation, showcasing the stores along the street in a unique way to inform their shoppers of the work that's going on in the area, but also to pique interest into what they have to offer. So within a couple of hours, all models donating their time and a small cost of a professional photographer, a series of beautiful pictures were created to be used as content for all social media for all businesses in the area. So pictures were made available on our Parks for Fremantle Your Say page with instructions from Water Corporation marketing team on what to post, suggestions for captions, as well as the hashtag of @RayFallon, who is the photographer, giving credit to her work. The businesses were thrilled with the outcome, and it proved to be a really great way to boost morale of the businesses and also the profile of Fremantle during construction.
So Pavement Poetry, this is kind of an exciting and unique one. So this was also part of our Parks for East Perth and Victoria Park project. So the East Perth community actually brought forward their idea for this community offering, which brought to life Pavement Poetry. So as a bit of a background, around 88% of residents in East Perth live in a flat or an apartment, and the importance for residents to have the opportunity to walk outdoors was vital for their physical and mental well-being, of course. So the East Perth Community Group shared their idea with us at Water Corporation, and we're absolutely happy to support. Temporary poems will be displayed in text on acrylic stickers jotted around popular walking paths and cycling trails. And the exhibit is planned to activate the space for about 1 year. So as this project is still in development, no poems and designs have yet been confirmed, but the community will then be asked to submit their short poems to the East Perth Community Group, so the initiative can start moving through the process.
So another initiative to support local businesses impacted by our work is the Waterworks loyalty card competition. So loyalty cards are available at all participating stores. After each purchase, a customer hands a Waterworks card to the shop attendant who signs or stamps the card. After a set amount of purchases, the customer adds their contact details and returns the card to any participating store. Cards are collected and winners are picked each month. The prize of the current Fremantle competition is a voucher to any of the participating stores of the winner's choice. So the best aspect about this initiative is that there's no charge to the businesses involved. They can choose to be involved or they don't have to as well, which is really great. The design and printing of the cards and all the promotional posters have been organised by Water Corporation, as well as the monthly prizes. So the competition will run, it started in July, it will finish in December, and the final winners will be announced in January 2021. So in the first week, they had about 50 businesses sign up, and there's more being added as we go along. So there's a lot of interest from Fremantle. So the loyalty card competition actually came about from the Pipes for Perth William Street work, which was at the end of last year. So it was actually a great town team collaboration with Northbridge Common actually coming to the Water Corporation with this idea. So they had a graphic designer in mind. They actually sprung the idea of the competition, and we were more than happy to support. So I think they had about 50 participating stores, and the community was just thrilled with how quickly it kind of got up and running and how successful it was. So it's just a really great example of how an idea from one local town team can spread through our projects to other communities, as it's successfully been replicated in Freo.
So community garden, this Water Corporation land and drainage basin was repurposed to provide an area for the new Bassendean men's shed to create a waterwise demonstration garden. So as you can see, a little picture there demonstrates what it's all about. The initiative was led by the local community, who suggested they open a men's shed in the town of Bassendean. So supported by the local government authority, Water Corporation then developed garden designs and engaged with the community for their votes on how they would like their space to look. So a community workshop was actually scheduled in March this year to teach residents about water-wise garden design and practices. The workshop would also allow for the community to input their garden designs. However, unfortunately, due to COVID, had to be cancelled. This didn't mean that they still couldn't contribute and have a say to what they wanted their community to look like. So as you can see in the right of this presentation, these were the 3 concept designs that we offered: the nature play, modern urban, and the modern rustic. And the community was then prompted to do a little quick poll at the bottom right hand side, as you can see there, just to voice which they would prefer, with the modern rustic concept being the most favourable. So this was the design that was then implemented for their chosen community garden. Not only does this provide community offering for residents in the area, this road verge land and drainage basin has now also been transformed with native plants to help improve amenity, bank stability, and increase biodiversity of the drain, which is a critical part of the drainage and flood protection network.
So Pipes for Perth Albany Highway work in 2017-18 led to another great town team collaboration. So the Big Park Collective were the driving force behind this mural at the Park Centre in Victoria Park. So it was organised and painted during the Victoria Park Street Party event in 2018. So you can see the before and after pictures and what a difference that artwork can make. So murals are a great gift and educational tool for schools and organisations who have been impacted by our work, so they can learn about the role that water plays in their community while also having the opportunity to create something beautiful. So a great example I've got up here is the Derby Senior High School example. So they actually ran a workshop to talk through the role that water plays in the Kimberleys, and that event was sponsored by the Lions Club of Broome. So another Water Corporation program that has been activating public spaces is the Splash of Colour program. So there's another pun for you. Launched in 2017, the program celebrates the community's connection to water by transforming Water Corporation assets into colourful creations. So that's 2 examples that we've got there, but there are 45 across the state. And I highly suggest you checking out #SplashOfColourWA. There were so many examples. I had about 4 slides with so many pictures, but I had to really rein it down to 2.
So beautiful, yeah.
So the program demonstrates great partnerships as well with local governments, non-for-profit organisations, school groups, and the Community Arts Network, who have been such a driver for this program. So although the program itself is committed to 6 assets a year, the framework of the program can be utilised for any community-led initiatives.
Basin turned dog park, it's exactly what it sounds like. So as part of our Drainage for Livability program, we're working with the community to transform stormwater drains to increase green open spaces in our urban environment. So Flinders Wellington Reserve here in Yokine, in the city of Stirling, is a basin for drainage that was once a fenced off area. As you can see in the before pictures, it's very kind of plain, wasn't really using much of the space. Well, it was fenced off, quite boring. However, in 2018, 4 years later, it was transformed. In the after pictures, you can see there's obviously still some fencing around the drainage basin for safety reasons, but there is an accessible gate now with footpaths. It was beautifully landscaped, as you can see there. And the park was actually proudly rated 5 stars on Google rating, which is now unfortunately dropped to 4.8. However, it's still a really great space, green, open, used by members of the community and their furry friends.
So other ways we can collaborate with the community impacted by our work is through education sessions and supporting community events. So Water Corporation has a dedicated department that delivers the Waterwise Schools program. So they focus on water supply, water conservation and water in Aboriginal community. So they have great educational tools and great facilitators. They can support initiatives such as the Splash of Colour by running workshops, or they can customise sessions based on anything that you want. So if they want to focus on work that's happening in a particular area, they can focus presentations and sessions based on that. So they can also arrange a visit from KEP, the leak detecting dog. So as pictured here with the Lansdale Primary School, KEP can come to any school and do a demonstration and just be adorable. Both her and her handler are pretty adorable. So I actually, well, KEP is actually the Noongar word for water too, which is also another cheeky water pun in there. Water Corporation do love their cheeky puns, not just us. So I had arranged for KEP to visit Cottesloe Primary around this time, but unfortunately, due to COVID, that had to be postponed. So I'll go back a step. So parts of Perth Johnson Street was directly impacting Cottesloe Primary. So we were trying to incorporate an education session and a visit from KEP into that as a bit of a community offering, but that's sort of been put on hold, but the school are super keen to get that done possibly at the end of the year. So, however, we did have the opportunity to support the Cottesloe Primary Twilight Fair in November. So long before COVID, we had a stall that had a water cycle activity for the kids to get involved. We also had giveaways like shower timers, which were very popular. We also had an opportunity to share information about the upcoming work and really have those interactions with the community, which was really, really great. So as well as the stall, we also had a refill station to provide free water during the event. So that's just a number of ways that we were helping Cottesloe Primary through the entire project.
Last but not least, we have another great example on a collaboration with multiple stakeholders here through the Drainage for Livability program again, which has established a ninja park. So the site is owned by Water Corporation, where the City of Bayswater receives support from Lottery West to build a course and transform the existing drainage basin into Russell Street's Ninja Park in Morley. So it's a 10-station obstacle course complete with a ninja style warrior wall for, as you can see, both children and adults in the top right picture there. Fencing was removed for the public to enjoy the wetland and park area, and is an exciting place to take families. So our aim is to show how water can make our communities more sustainable, productive, resilient and livable.